How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Set 6, and today we're going to be talking about the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards takes place in a week's time, on December the 7th, and there's a lot of stuff that could go on there. There's a lot of stuff that is speculated to go on there. Obviously, you've got the actual awards themselves as well, and we all want to know who wins things. I mean, I know it doesn't really matter that much to us, but to the companies and the developers and all that, it matters. It truly matters to them. So, it'll be cool to see. But, not only do we have all of that, but we have the possibility of a few reveals. Oh yes, we have the possibility of a few reveals. And we've also just got news that Ever Crisis is coming to Steam on the 7th as well. So those of you that aren't playing it on mobile can check it out on Steam now if you want to. So I suppose that's something. Make sure you hit that like button and please consider subscribing for future content. We're so close to 2,000 subs now, almost doubled in size as a channel over the course of the last year, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a grind. It really is a grind to get there, so I'm absolutely buzzing that we're nearly at 2,000 now, and thank you to everyone that is subbed. But enough of that, let's crack on with this video. So I suppose the first thing that we've got to talk about is the awards really briefly. And again, like I say, the awards don't particularly matter that much to us as gamers. It is more of like a plaudit for the developer, like a well done, you did a phenomenal thing for the people who worked on the game. So like it's massive for them. And it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be good to see some people with big smiles on their faces. I am still massively butthurt that Octopath Traveler 2 didn't get a nomination for Best Music and Best RPG, because it should easily be in both of those categories. Easily. Oh, I'm so offended. I'm so offended. But let's be honest, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win everything. It is the game of the year. For me, Octopath Traveler 2 was the game of the year. And then Baldur's Gate 3 just came along and blew it clean out of the water. So I'm fully expecting Baldur's Gate 3 to take everything. Maybe FF16 will get Best Music. I think Ben Starr's in with a good chance of getting like the voice actor award, but he's up against Neil Newbon, who's a Starian from Baldur's Gate 3, and he's pretty phenomenal as well. They're both amazing. I don't think anyone can complain if either of them wins it. And yeah, I've seen a lot of people complaining about FF16 not being nominated, and I think it's right that it isn't nominated. And I hope that we see Square Enix kind of turn away from that type of game. Like, that's my honest opinion. It was not a bad game, but it didn't do anything special in my opinion. And it is just my opinion, so, don't get too offended about it. But for me, it didn't do enough. It was a little bit disappointing as a Final Fantasy to me, just because I'm a bit of an old school Final Fantasy fan. I prefer the older games. So it was a bit disappointing for me from that perspective. But, I mean, just look at some of the games that have come out this year and some of the boundaries that they've pushed and some of the things that they've done. I don't feel like Final Fantasy 16 really did that. So, yeah, I kind of get why 16 isn't up for nomination. I know a lot of people are upset about it in the same way that I'm upset about Octopath Traveler 2 not getting some nominations I felt it deserved. But we all know that Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to win everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, except for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is obviously going to win any most anticipated game award that exists ever anywhere on the planet, because we're so hyped for it. And we'll get to Rebirth. Trust me, we'll be getting to Rebirth soon. But the next thing that we're going to talk about that's going down at the Game Awards, as I've already touched on, is the fact that Ever Crisis is coming to Steam. So those of you who, you haven't played it on mobile because you've not got a device that can do it, or because you're just not into mobile gaming, if you want to play Ever Crisis, you can get it on Steam on December the 7th. And yeah, have fun with it. As far as a game goes, it's if you're into your mobile gacha games, then you'll be into it. It's one of them. But the story content that we're getting in the first Soldier is actually quite interesting. It's a bit grinder to keep up with it, but it's quite interesting. If you don't want to play the game, there's a playlist on the channel which breaks down each chapter of the first Soldier. There's 5 videos up there so far. Check them out if you want to keep up with the story. But like I say, it's coming to Steam, you'll be able to play it. But enough of that, let's get to the actual juicy possibilities now. And the first of those, I'm going to do Rebirth first. We'll do Rebirth first because I think it's pretty much guaranteed that we're going to get something Rebirth related, like a trailer or some interviews or something like that. I would hazard that we'll get a trailer, but maybe I'm reaching a little bit there. I've got a feeling we're going to get a trailer, but I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get one and we got something in January instead. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd much prefer a trailer both now and in January, please. But my gut's telling me that we're going to get something now. It's going to be something that's a bit more story-focused. It's going to feed into a lot of the mysteries that are going on, because as Nomura, I believe it was, said, the previous trailer was more about gameplay stuff. And, you know, showing the broader scope of Final Fantasy VII fans and new fans that are coming into the franchise, showing them what the game's going to offer them. Whereas now, they can kind of start to pull those strings a little bit as far as theories go and mess with us a little bit, because they've done that. The demo has been played by loads of people, you know, they've seen it, it's been showcased, it's been spoke about, everybody's seen or heard about it. So they've done that section. They'll probably circle back round to it for the final trailer, but this trailer that's coming, I think it'll personally lean on the story a bit more, which I'm looking forward to. Give me the mysteries, I've got videos to make. But yeah, I'm almost certain that we're going to get something Final Fantasy VII Rebirth related. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, we're going to get the demo. I don't think we're going to get the demo. I'm just going to kill that right now. The demo's January, I think. I think, honestly, the anniversary of the release date of Final Fantasy VII is probably when we're going to get this demo. So that's January 31st. So I wouldn't expect anything anytime before then. Don't get me wrong, still a chance. There is still a chance, but it's like a very slim chance. I don't think it's going to be that. But yeah, definitely going to get something Rebirth related, I think, at the Game Awards. There's going to be something. I'm not sure what. I hope it's a trailer, but there's going to be something. But let's move away from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth now. And we've got a couple of other things. Well, I mean, 3 if you count the Kingdom Hearts 4 thing that's kind of disappeared into the distance. But we don't really talk Kingdom Hearts 4 here, so I don't really know the possibility of whether or not there's going to be a trailer. I would expect Kingdom Hearts 4 will start ramping up after Rebirth. Once Rebirth's out, that's when Kingdom Hearts 4 will ramp up, in the same way that Rebirth didn't really ramp up until FF16 was pretty much out. Do you know what I mean? They're going to stagger it a little bit. So I doubt we'll see Kingdom Hearts 4 now. However, we've got 2 more things from the NVIDIA leak that we've still not seen. We've got the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, which, I'm going to be honest, I'm losing hope. I'm slowly losing hope. Like, it was definitely in the leak, and it's definitely possible, but it's just been radio silence. There's been nothing to make me think, ooh, Tactics. Like, they've not done anything. However, with Final Fantasy IX and the Final Fantasy IX remake, they've been doing things. Like, we've all seen the stuff that they've added to mobile games. We've all seen the little Final Fantasy IX character art that they've done. They're definitely doing something with Final Fantasy IX. They're gearing up for something. And I feel like we could see the Final Fantasy IX remake announced. It's the last opportunity for that big announcement that Katase spoke about at the start of the year. This is the last opportunity. It's the last opportunity if they want to do it at an event. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could do it on Twitter. They could do their own thing. There could be anything that happens between now and the end of December, I'm sure. But this is the only thing that's set in stone, big event, loads of people are going to be watching, all the industry's eyes are going to be on that event. This could be it. And I'm hopeful. I am genuinely hopeful that we'll see Final Fantasy IX Remake at the Game Awards. So, yeah, I'm thinking Rebirth trailer, I'm thinking FF9 Remake, and I'm begging that we just get something about the Tactics remaster. Even if they just tell me it's never going to happen. Just tell me it's never going to happen. Just put me out of my misery. Do that. Please? Or give us the game, I'd prefer that, obviously. But yeah, what are you looking forward to the most about the Game Awards? It's a week away. Do you think any Final Fantasy games are going to win any awards? Do you think certain games should have been nominated for awards that weren't nominated for awards? Do you think we're going to see a trailer for Rebirth? Do you think we're going to see the Final Fantasy IX remake? Do you agree with me on Kingdom Hearts 4? Like, I'm not the most clued up guy when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to be completely honest with you. But it feels like they'll leave it alone until after Rebirth. Just from a business and marketing perspective, that feels like the smart move. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. We've got a week to go, the hype is building, the clown makeup's out, and we are all ready. So, like the video, subscribe for future content, but more importantly than anything, have a great day.